Session.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. We are back in open session. I'm going to start with the firefighter paramedic position at the Wausau Fire Department. Is there a motion to appoint Hunter Walslegel for firefighter paramedic position with the fire department?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Congratulations, Hunter. All right, next up, the position of Deputy Chief of the Wausau Police Department. Is there a motion to appoint Todd Baden for the position of Deputy Chief for the Wausau Police Department?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Congratulations, Officer Todd Baden.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Hey, congratulations. Welcome. That was a surprise.
What?
That was a surprise for Deputy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
All right. We will not be moving forward at this time with the amendment to Article 6, so we will proceed instead with the monthly presentation of the Wausau Fire Department operations. Chief Bartek, good morning.
Good morning. Not a lengthy report here. I think we discussed a lot of the big things last time around with our CAS accreditation and a few other accomplishments we've had. Budget season right now, and I'll tell you, I'll just thank this commission for making the appointment of Deputy Chief Kopp to the next fire chief so quickly. It has allowed us now to, we're in the middle of the budget cycle. And I had a personal issue that I had arisen in September and took quite a bit of time off as we said goodbye to my mother. And Deputy Chief Kopp stepped in and did the 2024 budget. It's going to be his budget next year. Worked tightly with the finance director and other things, and now we're on supplemental budget requests. And we've got a few unique things there that we're moving forward with supplementals that we are excited about. But other than that, as far as operations, a fairly normal month for us. Is there any specific questions about it? I know we heard of a long meeting already. I don't want to belabor it. Thank you. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciation from the commission. All right, next up, Chief Barnes, the monthly presentation for the police department operations. Good morning, Chief Barnes.
Morning. You have a report in front of you. It's my first one that I've ever generated for you, so if there's things you want to see on that in the future, please feel free to let me know. I didn't even know we put together a report like this for you until Amy came to me on, Thursday night, and said, hey, here's what Melinda did last month. And I said, a way to set the standard, Melinda. A couple of things I just want to highlight in here. That in my new position, gave me some clarity. What I saw as significant issues facing our staff, we had, over the last 2 months, we've had multiple shootings. The Sheriff's Department has had shootings. We've had multiple suicides. We had a co-bedding, co-sleeping, infant death investigation that impacted our staff. And then I started looking back and I realized that's becoming the norm here. And I don't know that there's a whole lot we can do to positively impact that. We're going to try, but it's the impact on our staff that I want to focus on. So those are issues that have come up. That was our last couple months. And some of those cases really impacted some of our new youthful officers. So I just wanted to highlight that. A couple of moving parts that are occurring right now is we had a resignation in our clerical staff. Amanda moved on to a different job. We're very happy for her. She's going to be successful in whatever she does. But I just wanted to juxtapose, we just finished a hiring process, or we're coming up to the conclusion of a recruitment process for officer. We have about 20 applicants. We have a clerical 2 opening, full-time clerical 2 opening, and I think we're up to 46 or 48 applicants for it. So That was pretty eye-opening to me. But the role clerical plays in our department is significant. Right now, in the supplemental budget process, we've made the 2 cuts so far through the Finance Committee, asking for an additional clerical position that we will share with the fire department. They have 1 clerical person who knows how to do everything clerical. If there's no backup to that, and so they need that stability. And from an open records standpoint, we're just getting inundated with open records requests that are taking longer. And that was the ask to the council. It's also, there's an article that somebody texted me this weekend. So it looks like, at least right now, that's moving forward, and so we'll be adding a staff person if that continues down that path. A couple of other things, we've successfully moved forward through the council banning alcohol in our parks prior to 4 p.m. That'll go into effect January 1st. We hope that positively impacts the climate and culture of our parks for families. I don't know if everybody remembers, there was a significant school shooting event in Parkland, Florida. Mayor Rosenberg has relationships with mayors all across the country. And as a result of those relationships, we got the opportunity and invite to send staff to Parkland. That school has been a crime scene for quite a while, secured, nothing moved, and the school is set for demolition. And so prior to releasing that crime scene and demolishing the school, they, for a select group of people, did a lessons learned. And so we flew our lead tactical officer, John Phillips, down to Florida to go participate in that. There were one other department in the state of Wisconsin, as well as the Office of School Safety, that went. And he came back with his eyes wide open and said, here's all these things we're going to do to make sure we're on the right path. And we learn from other people's tragedies. And so that was a great opportunity. And lastly, we asked the city during the CIP process for dollars to hire an architectural engineering firm to look at our department as we look 15, 20, 50 years out into the future at what our needs are going to be. I would tell you, if we expand the number of male officers we have, there's not a locker for them because we're full. So we didn't get those dollars, but what we did do is, as a city, we partnered with UW-Madison in a program, it's not a misspelling, it's University, and they take their academic and professionals and their staff that are seniors or graduate students, and they give them real-world projects. So last Saturday, both Deputy Chief Baton and I met with 5 or 6 engineering students. They're all seniors from UW-Madison who came up and toured the fire department and the police department. And they're going to give us ideas on what is possible with our facility and what it might look like and what's not, and give us some price components. Not because the city's in any place to put an addition on the police department, but we feel like we know that at some point that needs to happen, and we're a 23 or 24-year-old facility, so that we at least have upped our ability to understand what's possible. And lastly, as there are conversations about a new fire department, I've heard policymakers say, well, the police department can just take over the fire department. And my position has always been, I don't know if we want it. It's got lots of issues. So to be able to ask mechanical engineers and civil engineers and environmental engineers, electrical engineers, what are the pros and cons of taking over that facility, and what could it look like, and is that the best financial decision the city can make? That's what we hope to get a takeaway from that project. So that's pretty exciting. We're looking forward to that. And then lastly, for your reading pleasure, I'll be including Tracy Rigger's unhoused report, monthly report that we produce for the Public Health and Safety Committee, just so you can see what's going on from that standpoint. Questions?
Just a quick comment. The lessons learned training, I think, event is so important. Unfortunately, we continue to see a lot of those school shootings. As a person who himself experienced a witness a school shooting, but did not result in the loss of life, it's becoming all too common and for too long. So I'm glad we're doing those types of trainings and events. And on behalf of the commission, again, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All right. Next meeting will be scheduled for Monday, November 27th at 7:30 a.m. And lastly, I just want to highlight that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and that many of our brave police officers and firefighter paramedics service calls pertaining to domestic violence, sexual violence, and other forms of gender-based violence throughout the year. Domestic violence calls can be some of the most dangerous for victims and officers. According to a 2022 report by the Violence Policy Center, Wisconsin now ranks 8th in the nation for intimate partner violence. And according to the FBI Supplementary Homicide Report in 2020, it showed that homicides from 2010 to 2020 have increased by 300%. So as a community, we need to be committed to continuing to address domestic violence prevention, treatment, and recovery for our survivors. On behalf of the Police and Fire Commission, I just want to bring awareness to the issue and thank our departments for their continued commitment to addressing and stopping domestic violence. The number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-7233. Is there any further discussion? If not, may I please have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. We are now adjourned. Thank you, everyone.